Hi everyone, welcome back to the next episode of Sonic Frontiers Modding. For episode 5 of the series, we are going to be covering the topic you've all been asking for, character models. Let's get straight into it. First, you'll need a few programs. In previous tutorials, we already got Hedge Art Pack and Hedge Mod Manager, but the downloads will be in the comments anyway, just in case this is your first mod. Anyway, in terms of new software, first we'll need Blender 3.6 LTS, which you can download with the link in the comments. Scroll down to the download section, then click Windows Installer to download it. Open the installer and follow the instructions to install. Once it's done, you need to install the Hedgehog Engine 2 model importer plugin. Download it through the link in the comments, then go into your Downloads folder. Right-click on the zip file. Go to Extract All, then click Extract. Go back to Blender and click Edit at the top left of the screen. Click Preferences, and in the menu that pops up, go to Add-ons and click Install at the top right. Navigate to your Downloads folder and open the extracted zip file. Click on IEO Import Hedgehog Engine.py and click Install Add-on. Close Blender for now. Next, go to the link for Model Converter and download it. To extract the file, we need WinRAR. Go to the link, click Download, open the installer, then follow the instructions, which also appear on the website after you download it. Now double-click on the downloaded modeled converter, the .7z, and click Extract to, then OK. Open the extracted folder and move the exe to wherever you keep your modding tools. Finally, download Hedge Needle through the link and extract the 7z file just like you did with Model Converter. Then move the exe into your Tools folder. Now that we're done with all of that setup, we can move on to actually creating a new character model. First, I'll go ahead and create a new mod in Hedge Mod Manager. I'll name it Mod Tutorial 5 and click OK. This opens up the Mods folder where I will go into Raw and create a new folder called Character. Next, I'll go to the game directory by going onto the Steam page, clicking the gear, then going to Manage, Browse Local Files. Go into Image, x64, Raw, then Character. The file which contains Sonic's model is called sonic.pack, but you should be able to follow this tutorial for any character. Copy sonic.pack into the character folder in your mod and then open it with Hedge Art Pack. Open the extracted folder and look for CHR Sonic.model. This model contains multiple LODs, which means level of detail. This is used to reduce the detail in certain models when the camera is a certain distance away. This can be seen particularly well in Mario 64. Unfortunately, we can't edit a file that has LODs in it, so we have to separate them with Hedge Needle. Just drag the dot model into Hedge Needle and a folder will be created with the individual LOD models in it. Now, before importing the model into Blender, put the file called chrsonic.skl.pxd into the chrsonic folder, so that Blender is able to find it when importing the model. Also, rename chrsonic0.model to chrsonic.model. Now open up Blender and delete the default cube, light, and camera by pressing A and then X and delete. Next, go up to File, down to Import, then click Hedgehog Engine.model. Go to the extracted model folder in your mod and select chrsonic.model. This will import the model for Sonic and the skeleton, which controls what parts are moved at certain times. Unfortunately, the skeleton can't be changed without many hours of work and a lot of skill in animation. So we are mostly limited to characters that can have somewhat similar proportions to Sonic. For my import, I'll be replacing Sonic with the man statue from outside the burger shop in Sonic Adventure. I've already got the model from the game that has been modified to match with the skeleton, which you can download below, or you can use any model you already have. The first thing we will need to do is connect the model to the skeleton. First, get rid of the default Sonic model by shift-clicking on each part and then deleting it by pressing X. Now, select your model by clicking on it, then shift-click on the skeleton to select it. Press Ctrl P and Armature Deform, and you can see on the right that your model should be under Armature. Next, we move on to Weight Painting. When weight painting, each vertex, or point, in an object has a value between 0 and 1 which determines how much each vertex is influenced by the movement of a certain bone. 1 means that the vertices move exactly the same as the bone, and 0 means that the vertices do not move at all when the bone moves. In Blender, 0 is represented by blue and 1 is red. To edit vertex weights, you can either use Edit Mode or Weight Paint Mode. First, Edit Mode. Go up to the top left and click on the drop-down, and click Edit Mode. To select vertices, just shift-click on the vertices you want to change or press L to select all linked vertices. To create vertex groups for weights, go to the tab with the green triangle on the right, and press the plus button next to the Vertex Groups menu. Rename the group to the name of a bone, which you can find by going to the outliner and opening the pose drop-down list and finding the name of different bones. Now, just click Assign below to assign the selected vertices to the group, with the weight set in the slider next to the Assign button. Now, to use Weight Paint, switch to Weight Paint mode in the drop-down list. At the top, set the weight that you want to paint and just drag across the surface of the object. It's that simple. Repeat this with all of the vertices and bones, making sure that the total weight across all bones adds up to 1, so the vertices don't glitch out in-game. Finally, go back into Object Mode, select the skeleton and press R-90 to rotate the skeleton onto its back, which ensures it is rotated properly. Now, we can export it as an FBX file by going to File, Export, FBX and scrolling down to the Transform drop-down, and the Apply Scalings drop-down, and choose FBX Units. Also, uncheck Leaf Bones in the Armature section. This has caused many problems in the past and I don't know why it is a default. Choose the location to export to, and click Export FBX. Now, we just have to convert the FBX model back to .model. The textures for your model must be .dds files, which are supported by most image editing software, notably Paint.net and Photoshop. First, we need to drag the FBX file into Model Converter. A .model file will be generated, along with the materials for the model. Make sure the model is named CHR Sonic and that none of the material files are renamed or end with .001, .002, and so on. Drag the .model and the .materials into the extracted Sonic pack in your mod. Drag the .dds textures in as well. Finally, repack Sonic.pack, enable your mod and play. As you can see, our model swap has worked. The Burger Man's limbs move in a strange way, but that can be fixed with a bit more time spent on the weight painting. Anyway, that concludes the tutorial. This was a tough topic to cover, since rigging and weight painting are tricky to explain and learn. If you want some clarification on weight painting, I recommend the weight painting section in the Rigging for Impatient People tutorial by Joey Carlino, as it has some great tips. If you are having problems with getting your model to work, leave a comment describing what part of the tutorial isn't working or the issue you are having, and I'll do my best to help. But for now, thanks for watching.